Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Canyon. Welcome back to another delightful crossover installment. It's a quick view, yes. It's also a this versus that, and I love a quick view because we're all winners. We're either going to get something wonderful or we're going to get something terrible. This one, we've got preconceived notions because we've already tested the 2.2 version of this. This is the ReVolt RC inserts. This is again for Canyon Trail. We have tested the 2.2 for Canyon Trail. This is the 1.9 for Canyon Trail. Features the same exact sort of configuration where this is the concave and these are the convex, so they really fit together, so you never have to worry about the second stage sliding off. This one is marked with an S. Yes, with an S. For soft, we have two SS and two S. The super softs are mounted for the front. This is a soft, so they will be mounted in the rears. And as such, we have the opportunity. We love Canyon Trails here, so we have the opportunity to test these directly because we happen to have a number of rigs running 1.9 Canyon Trails. And most notably among that, we have two as close as to practically be identical rigs running 1.9 Canyon Trails. So the goal here is to test these. I was trying to decide. We have a number of 3D printed insert options inside 1.9 Canyon Trails already, including some ultra soft ones, some sort of medium soft. I think we've got some YZZRs. We've got an array. But do you know what else we have? What do we happen to have? We happen to have Canyon Custom Softs. So these will be going toe-to-toe against Canyon Custom Softs, which are, in my estimation and my declaration, not the best insert in the world, but do you know what they are? They are exceptionally versatile. So these fitted to a Canyon Trail may or may not be the optimal situation for every rig. These may be the optimal situation for the rigs in question there. Built for rigs in between the 5 and 6 pound range, and that is exactly where we are. So, bubble juice is not explicitly necessary on Canyon Trail tires. And when I say bubble juice, one of the most common questions I get is people will say, what do you mean when you say bubble juice? I mean bubbles. Like, for kids. That is so far down there. My ham fingers will not fit inside the little bottle. I'm using a driver to get the bubble wand out. Oh, that's a terrible bubble wand shape, by the way. I know it's the Imperial Toy Company, so they want it to look like a crown. Bubbles! When I say bubble juice, that's exactly what I mean. And why? Why do we use bubble juice? Because if you are familiar, if you had a childhood and you got to play with bubbles, when a bubble lands somewhere and pops, it'll leave a little tiny spot, and then that spot will dry up, and it's gone. So that is why we use bubble juice. But we use it in a disgusting dauber bottle because this is the dauber bottle reserved for tires that have been mounted more than once. Because if you use the dauber bottle on a tire that has been mounted more than once, it will look like the bottle that you just saw. If you have one of these dauber bottles and you only use it for tires that have never been mounted, it looks like that. See how low that level is? These two bottles have been used about the same number of times. Brand new tires, used tires. Tires are disgusting. Tires, well, think about it. They roll around on the ground. I now have to do an orientation to make sure that I make, yes. As I said, bubble juice not explicitly necessary for Canyon Trails, but it is my rough estimation that using the juice on the tire probably saves me a minute per set, give or take, depending on whether or not the tires are infuriating. I mount 10 to 12 sets a week. Let's say that that's the average. I've done I've already beaten that for this week. I'm past that already. And I don't include unmountings. Unmounting is easy. I use an impact driver with the 2.5. I can pull a set of wheels apart in about a minute. So if it saves me a minute per set, let's call it 12 sets a week, 12 minutes a week. That's 600 minutes a year. So Bubble Juice would save me, believe it or else, 10 hours a year. So it is, I mean, how much time is saved by mounting them this way versus mounting them by hand? Oh, it's not like, it would be like 40 minutes a set all in between removing and reinstalling. And I definitely do not have time for that, so it's power. So we wear the cheap wheels out because we, you heard the Ugga Duggas, we power them all together. That's how it is. So here is a ReVolt insert for Canyon Trail in a Canyon Trail. And here is a Canyon Custom Soft inside of a Canyon Trail. There's enough. There's enough difference in profile. Now we're going to be in the millimeters. 118, 50. Canyon Trails are a little chunky boys. Little chunky boys. 116. I would call it 49. It looks a hair under 50. And which makes sense because I believe that the cross section of this is a little, like this feels very pressed because with the Tim Tin inner, and this we've got that little bit of bag there. A little bit of bag there. And that bag is not undesirable. The bag is generally okay. You might have noticed, well, spoiler there's the blues, which means blue. Our buddy Zaymot will indeed be running the 3D printed. The wheels should be approximately as close as humanly possible to the same weight. I have configured them in the exact same way. They are Silver Method 105s, brass rings installed in the front pair, regular alloy aluminum rings in the back pair. So our weights should be close enough. The differential would be whatever couple of grams we get from colored fancy beadlock rings versus just the regular silver beadlock rings. I think it would be effectively negligible. More unnecessary, but full disclosures. The gentlemen, the brothers, they have had recent changes made, which is they were originally built around clone OD3 gearboxes, and they are now fitted with Stealth X gearboxes. So they still have 18% underdrive, both of them identically. But now in their current configuration, both the driver, the battery, and the motor are all on the driver's side of the vehicle. This has not impacted crossweight. We have pretty good crossweight. But at neutral, I don't know how well it shows. They sit a little low on this corner. And that is because motor, driver, battery, all right there. So they need to be reconfigured with the battery to the other side and the driver sitting more in the center. But that requires complete reconfiguration of the little seat. Their seat straps to the top of the battery. So it requires complete reconfiguration of the thing that the driver is sitting on. Moving the electronics to one side and the battery to the other is not a huge problem, but we have to reconfigure the drivers, and the drivers are part of the deal. They are part of the package deal. So ReVolt 1.9 head-to-head up against Canyon Custom, side by each, and we'll try to stick at least loosely to a tire test protocol. Only, we don't need wet. We want to see the basic stuff. So it's a modified tire test protocol. It's the insert test protocol, if such a thing exists. And I mean, once you write it down, it's science and it will exist. So it doesn't exist yet, but I'm kind of we're going through and formulating what will be the obstacle chain to test an obstacle over testing a tire. And you know, every test we do is a test of the system as well. So we will continue, we will sally forth and we will test. So don't forget, red is Canyon Custom. These are ReVolt. When you do this, I mean, this feels way better. These feel real nice. Canyon Customs feel like they shouldn't work. And these are Canyon Custom Softs. Canyon's Custom Mediums are a hair bun. When you push on these, they feel like they shouldn't work at all. If I had the wherewithal and the ability to triple task, we would just bring him out with us, because Baseline runs Canyon Trails, cut Canyon Trails, on mediums all the way around, which were the just recently shown hair bun. So he has the hardest option with the most space left on the inside. And if you're familiar with the channel and you're familiar with Baseline, he absolutely makes it work. What do we wish for? Where's the Class 1 Canyon Trail? Man, I'd love a Class 1 Canyon Trail, because then I could test that too. All right, the brothers are ready. I'm ready. I hope you're ready. We're going to go outside to where rocks are, and we are going to do, hopefully, the thing. So for our purposes today, red is sort of the control group. He is kind of what we do. They're inexpensive, they're easy to assemble. Once you've bought a big package of fridge foam, you've got a lot of them. I could assemble half a dozen more right now. But what we tend to do is we move them around, because as I said, the Canyon Custom Soft is kind of a Swiss Army knife. I could take that insert out and put it in any reasonably close fitting tire. Generally, you can't put the same insert in a Canyon Trail that you would put in a J Concepts Tusk or a Proline Hyrax or a Baja Pro or whatever, right? An insert is going to be pretty bespoke to a tire. So basically what we're here to see is, when the insert is bespoke to the tire, what is that level of improvement? Because when we get to a certain level, the improvements that we're looking at are incremental. Things are going to get better, but they are going to, in general, get better in single-digit percentages, certainly. If we were talking about, okay, ooh, look at that. Look at that driver battery motor body lean. Level it back out. Yeah, that was better. That was better. I mean, we expect it to be better, and when it is, we're certainly not mad about it, because when I talk about optimization, an insert that is printed for a vehicle and a tire is going to be better than one that is just the Swiss Army knife, the all-purpose. Yeah, just the amount more plantedness right there. Ooh, we just coined we coined an unnecessary term. I can definitely feel the lack of energy return from the 3D print, and we don't want that energy return. Okay, that's a good wide shuttle, but we stay on and we don't slide off. And you know, like, that is a level of performance above the minimum acceptable level out of the custom. This might actually make the pull, though. Almost. I'm trying to get out to the exact same spot. There's the pivot around, and there's up right there. So what I'm noticing, back to back, side by each, we have more apparent forward drive out of the ReVolt, but in terms of like lateral, like positionability and stability, I can't tell the difference. When I get into a situation like we'll throw it hard, and we'll get into like right here, you don't want to be out at big lock right here, because we can do a little pirouette. We've got a lot of sidewall support there from both the Tim 10 and the ReVolt. So when we come across right here, I'll try not to get it hung this time. So come across right here. Nope, get it hung in the exact same spot. Come across right here. See? Didn't really get that looseness because the 3D printed has got a little more give, a little less energy return. So this is that stuff. This is that stuff that I talk about fairly routinely, which is the first 90% is readily available. The next 5% requires some work. And the last 5% of tuning a suspension, and by suspension we mean the links, the shocks, the springs, the oil, the wheel, the tire, the insert, all of that together working in concert. That last 5% is 95% of the work. So what I want to see from the ReVolts, and genuinely think I am at this point, is just a consistent improvement. Will be a lot more telling here. There we go. Had to fight a little to get across that. Then we get up here where we're using maneuverability. Absolutely no problem. Can almost steady state it. Come back around this way. There's no drama. It does the thing as requested. 3D print. See, even right there, entering, I could feel a little bit more, yeah, that initial right there. Oh yeah. And then right through here, just that little bit easier, just a little bit less throttle required. We are indeed, though, I will say this, every give has, every get comes with a give. If we're getting a little bit more forward drive and we're getting a little bit more compliance, where is the exchange? And here, in this instance, it's not bad. It's ground clearance. You could hear Zaymot, you could hear Blue's chassis bonk the ground a couple times because they're gonna sit down more. This is a really slippery in between the wheelbase section. Okay, we come across. I want to hook right there, and I'm trying to come across right here. All right. Now, in my guesstimation, the ReVolt should do that a little bit better because we shouldn't get as much stutter on the initial. Coming up right here. When we get into this little in between the wheelbase section, boom, gone. Hook the top. You can just go. You can just go. So what it is it's not earth-shattering. It's not mind-bending, nor should it be. In this cross comparison, now if red were fitted with the factory inserts that come inside a Canyon Trail, the difference would be dramatic. The ReVolt would make it appear as if he had sprung mercurial wings and was flying. But we're talking about something that has been, in my estimation, optimized over time. We have definitely put some wheel time on the Canyon Custom. Originally, the double bun before we got to a softer variant. And when I drive a vehicle with these, I never think, if only they did this or that. Because what they do, oh, that held nicely, is they do the thing. They absolutely do the thing. It's not a problem. The thing, what we're going to witness here, is that the ReVolt is just going to do it a little bit better. And in the estimation of some, they're going to do it a little bit better enough. I actually got higher there. That's holding even harder on the side. A little snug in. Like, right? It's really close. But blue is just better. So we'll see. Okay, are we going to get a belly catch here? No. Got a little wide left, but it's not in a mechanical. It's in a didn't quite choose it right, but yeah, that's what we like. Just claws it right around. Get right in here. A little bit of energy return. And I really have to turn these guys off of 50% reverse. It's not enough for these guys. Okay, right here. No. Oh. Not only no hang on the breakover on entry. That was a shuttle wide, but it'll cut back. Oh yeah. I would put it, I don't know, it might be double digits. We may well be 10% better. Yeah, the amount of drive, the increase in drive, and then I thought I could get cute with it, but the decreased energy return is really where it's at, because the 3D, when it compresses, it doesn't really pop back the way. So it's the inner, it's the closed cell inner that's giving us that return, that springiness, because it's a hard foam. The 3D printed inner doesn't shock back the same. The neighbor's house is getting some renovations done, so we will be testing the capabilities and abilities of the noise canceling microphone for what I am told the next 2.5 months. So to all you old heads, to the hardcores, the Canyon Arrows, the 4x4s, the 404s, do you remember back to when the other neighbor ran a generator 24 hours a day for 8 months straight? Sometimes I still hear it. There's definitely a concrete cutting saw going on over there, because there's a cloud. There's a cloud coming this way, and I can smell it. I can smell fresh cut concrete. I feel like I'm too high. Are we gonna get the slip? Oh, that I really saw a moment where it just plastered back down. He just slammed his front end back down. Okay, so we're gonna be so confident in the ReVolts, we'll park right where we would get landed on. Yeah, it is. It's getting cloudy out here. I do love compliance, and there's an increased level here. Okay, let's see right here. Okay, if I put any steering input in that, it's gonna flop. Ooh, we got a little bend over. Got a little bend over. Can't quite be as belligerent on the approach. Oh! But if you want a there's the ad right there, is that caught. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of fold at the extreme. Now in here, all the way through the middle, once I clear over right there, all the way through the middle, this feels stuck. Oh, I looked up. Yeah, I mean, diesel. We're just getting a little bit more transfer. Here's what it is. It's overcoming laziness. Yeah, all the way through the side hill until we get to the transition, these feel better. Like it feels more solid here, more stable here. And then when I get to right here, we get a little bit, I think I got it. Nope. Yeah. That really, so there's just an energy release there. I guess that's just the shoulder. All right. So right there, super light on the high side. But that little bit of slip, it is a man. Oh, yeah. The Canyon Custom is Canyon optimized to do Canyon things. And the ReVolt insert does not know where it is. The Canyon Custom was born here. So it was born learning tricks like that, pulling over that top. So, you know, nothing is better at absolutely everything. Or in other words, you can't win them all. I've often said that if things are going just absolutely swimmingly, just take it to the side hill. Because any time that you're prioritizing forward drive, side hill is going to suffer. The better your forward drive gets, the worse your side hill is going to get. And it is almost a direct ratio. A bug that flew in my mouth. Ratio. When I said, oh, I swallowed it. It is nat o'clock. Oh. Coming around, swinging around. I want to grab up and then cut back. Well, it's a little wider than what I would have liked. A little wider than what I would have liked. Wasn't explicitly looking for the snap down like that, but got real wide up at the top. So, oh, I parked right where he needs to go, didn't I? Yeah, okay. Well, he's got the forward drive advantage, so we'll just wrap over right there. No problem at all. Cut back. Yeah. This will probably come in tighter. Or a lot. Yeah. Okay, so we'll go semi-inverted here. And we'll send blue up here first. Oh, that's driving right there. To pull that. Oh yeah. I don't know if red on the customs will pull that little bit of ledge right there. That's usually a real stick point. Then we turn. How wide are we going to go? Oh, fairly wide. Okay, I had to do 2 little course corrections. 3, get right there. It was a good save it. Okay. Ooh. Come on underdrive, pull me back down. Very nice. Because I don't think blue's gonna hit. I think we're way up on the white side. Not too bad. Okay. That was an exhibition right there. That was, ooh. They're really cutting it now. Okay. We'll start back from the bottom. I really want to see this approach angle right here. I think blue did this extraordinarily well. See? It's that just, I had to do like 1.5 more little front wheel wiggles to get through there. Swing it around, see how tight we stay. Okay, correct back. Do have the running a second time advantage here. Yeah, a little bit of added firmness helped there. Up very high through there. Just hope the belly doesn't pop it back. It's just easier on the ReVolts. It's just easier. The capability, my gracious. First I hit a bug, and now I'm eating concrete. Oh, there are no big drawbacks here. Like, they both do really well. We're just more optimized on the 3D printed, as we should be. I almost wanted to aim the camera up so you could see the concrete cloud. Nice. I'm not mad at it. Oh, very good. Very good. Let's see if we position back. This is a flop spot if you can't quite get the drive up over that. Getting a little underdrive drag there. But we can stay relatively tidy. Okay, now the goal is going to be to try to get blue. That little outcrop we just cleared on driver rear, the goal is going to be to get blue stuck on that outcrop. And then we get into here, and this is easy mode. we'll go right here. And mind you, if it has not been pointed out to those who do not know, these are identical Hobbywing 1080 G2s with the Hobbywing 30-turn 540 motors. The ones that you see available as a combo pretty much everywhere. That was two-wheeling right there. Okay, gotta try to come across here. And it's just easier. It's easier. Neither of these can explicitly do anything that the other can't, save for that the transition on a sturdy side hill is better on the Canyon. Like, it's just firmer, so you get a little bit more support. There's less compliance, so the suspension has to do more work. And I think in instances like that where we're not asking the suspension to do a lot of work, we're just doing a side hill transition, then it does it better. Very, very solid on the way down there. We'll park right. He will lift a tire. They will both, because they're the same dude, they will both lift a tire, but these guys three-wheel motion with the best of them, because they will get a tire into the air and still be fully maneuverable. I think I had a little bit less of this. I had about that much right there. Yeah, again, this is what softer looks like. It just collapsed over. We got that big weight transfer, and it just collapsed over. Right here. Oh, that's good though. If that nose will drop, yeah, that passenger front has been floating. I don't know if we can catch it. Wait. It's a rough way down off of this thing. One more little shot here. I'm gonna try. I think I got the body outside the slider over there. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Try right about here. A little catch, a little belly cat, a little grind. There it is. Okay. That's not an easy shot. All right, Red. Show me what you got. We'll go harder, initial, and then we'll see how much we've got to shuttle right. Right through here. Booyah! I felt like I ran out of traction. Running out of time on the recording as well. All right, coming across. Cut back. And we did the sidle. There we go. Here's the 5% right here. It's just easier on the blue. It's just easier. It's like easy mode. And I mean, a lot of time that's what we're going for. And I love a full custom insert in a canyon trail, because canyon trails are cheap and plentiful and endlessly versatile. So if you can make them better, what I need you to do is, in between now and when we meet again, I'll do your very best to have a good one, everybody. But also, I'll put contact information in there. Get a hold of him, blow him up. Make it so that he can't print them out fast enough. Teach him the error of his ways, that he's going to make inserts and they're going to be good, and then people are going to want them. Isn't that our goal? All right, yeah. Enough of that. He's going to fire the saw up again. I'll see you next time, everybody. The timer's about to run out. We've made it to the time.